What's up, good people? What's up, good people? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Look at that beautiful car right there. That's classy right there. It's your boy, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., coming to you from the lab. It's another what? Think Different Thursday. We think differently on Thursdays. Entrepreneurs, we think differently. We don't think like everyone else. That's what makes us different from everybody else, is because we see things that others might not ordinarily see. So we're here on this Think Different Thursday, and what we're focusing on, what we're talking about, what is what we've been talking about all week. We've been talking about the ride. We've been talking about come ride with me. We've been talking about, is it relevant and relatable? Is it important? How important is it to you? What is important to you? Developing. What have you developed? What are those? What are those systems that you've developed? What are those processes that have you developed? What culture have you developed? And now it's time for the experience. When you have something, when you have a product or service that's relevant and relatable, you show that your clients are important. You show what's a priority to you, and you put everything that you need to put into your product and service. You develop the relationships that you need to develop. You develop the processes and systems and the culture that you need to develop. You then give your clients the experience. What is the experience that you give them when they come to buy your product or service, or they come to hear you speak? Whatever it is that has to do with you being an entrepreneur, your product or services, what's the experience that you give? This past weekend, and I think I mentioned it on Monday, I was at the one of my business partners, the event that she puts on. It was a jazz brunch. Usually the events are the first and third Fridays of each month, and they are. They'll start back up in January, but this was a special jazz brunch for the end of the year that was held this past Saturday. The CTR Strategy Solutions jazz brunch at the CSN networking studio. If you weren't there, you can check out Catherine Trotter's page, or CTR Strategy Solutions. Phenomenal pictures. She got pictures. She has little captions. We even went live from there, so you'll get to get the feel of the environment that was created for the experience that she gave to those that were attending on Saturday. It was about the experience. But here's the thing. I'm going to give you three things and I'm done. Three things in giving giving someone or giving your clients an experience. Here's the thing. You want to do these three things. You want to prepare, you want to position, and you want to perform. I'm going to say that again. You want to prepare, you want to position, and you want to perform. So what do I mean by these three things? Are you prepared? Do you prepare? How are you preparing for what it is that you're going to be, the experience that you want to give to someone? You got to prepare for it. I was listening to my mentor this morning, Dr. Will Moreland, and he was talking about Walt Disney and how Mr. Disney saw Disney World and all of the characters that he created way before anybody else had saw it. So he had to prepare for the experience that folks still to this day get when they go to Disneyland or Disney World. That's the experience that you get. He wanted to create this experience for everyone when they came to Disneyland or Disney World. And the Disney experience, not just the theme parks, but just the whole Disney empire. When you think about Mickey Mouse, you think about Minnie Mouse, you think about Donald Duck, you think about all of the Disney characters. That's an experience that he gave to us. When you go to a Chick-fil-A, their customer service is about the experience that you get when you come to a Chick-fil-A or when you go to a Chick-fil-A. So, what experience are you giving? How are you preparing people? How are you preparing your business? How are you preparing your products or services for the experience that you want to give people? As my good business partner friend said, Tanya Lewis, it's about the before, the during, and the after. What are you doing before? Prepare. What are you doing during? Which is the position. What position are you in? And then what are you doing in the after, which is actually the performance. After you've given them the product, after they've gotten the service, what are you doing to bring them back again and again and again and again? So that's being prepared. What's the position? What position are you in? How are you in the position to give this service that you need to deliver to your customers, to your clients, to make them come back? And we've got to be in position. You got to make sure that your product and your service is in the right position. Put it in front of people. Who's your target audience? How are you going to put that product, that service in front of those people so that they know about you and so that they can purchase your product or service and they can support your business, your brand? So what position are you in? And the preparedness allows you to be in position. Think about football. Think about basketball. They are taught in their rooms when they go to their position, coaches, when they go, when they go to their position meetings and everything like that, and they're watching film, they're getting prepared so that they can be in position. Y'all know I talked about Kobe Bryant a couple of weeks ago, and his preparedness put him in the position for the game, that when he was in the game, he knew exactly what he was doing. He knew exactly how he was going to, what he was going to do, what he wanted to do, what his opponent was doing, what he wanted his opponent to do. So he was in the right position. And then the third one, like I said, is about performing. How are you performing? How are you coming through in those times that you need to perform? Did you prepare? Are you in position? And now you can perform. Those three things allow you to be able to give people the experience of you. Not just about your product, not just about your service, but the experience of you. You want them to have an encounter with you, the experience with you that allows them to say, wow, I've got to get that product, get that service again. That's why people go to Chick-fil-A again and again and again. They want that. They enjoy that customer service experience. Just like at the Jazz Brunch, with the CTR Strategy Solutions at the CSN studio, networking studio, the networking event. That Jazz Brunch was absolutely phenomenal. But what Catherine had to do in order to be able to give us that experience, she had to prepare. She had to put the right tools and right product and services, the right people in position. And then the performance, which was the actual day. That's what that was all about. It was about the experience, and that's where the ride came from having that experience that she gave this past Saturday, and everyone that was involved in a part of that experience. You don't pull off something like that. You don't pull off giving someone an experience with the unexperienced without other people being involved. And she had other people involved. She put the pieces together to have everybody prepared, to have everybody in position, and then have everybody perform. And that's what they did. They performed. So on this Think Different Thursday, think about it. Think about what it is that you need, that you're trying to prepare as your product and service. Having your product and your product and service in the position, in right position. It's got to be in the right position. And then be able to have you and it perform like it's supposed to perform. And I promise you, if you do those three things, you'll give someone the experience that they'll want to have again and again and again, so that they will want to come back for the ride again and again and again, because it's about, it's about the experience for people. People will remember an experience way more than they may remember a product or service. Think about it. Think about a commercial that you've seen. You may not, you may not even remember the product, but you remember the commercial. That's the experience that the company that has the commercial wants you to come away with. If you've ever gone on a vacation to just a phenomenal place where the customer service, the service was great, the experience, the whole experience, everything that lined up, that you needed to have lined up, was lined up. It's about the experience. So that's what you want to be doing today and moving forward. Y'all know we got 2 weeks left. Just 2 weeks left in 2022. What experience are you trying to gain in these last 2 weeks, and then what experience are you trying to give going into 2023 for your clients? What's the experience you want them to have with your products and services? What do you want them to come away with? As an author, I think about that too. I always think about, once the reader has read my book, read one of my other authors that I've published books. Once they've read that book, what do you want them to come away with? What's the experience that you want them to come away with from reading that book? Same thing that has to do, because your book is a product. Your services that you offer are a product. So what's the experience that you want them to come away with? The entrepreneur kits that I have, I want my entrepreneurs be able to create the experience. And when you create that experience, you create that business ecosystem that I keep talking about. Creating that business ecosystem will bring people back again and again and again. But creating that business ecosystem is always about the experience. What experience are you creating for those clients to come back again and again and again? So it's your boy, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., the Impact Builder. Think Different Thursday. I want you to think differently today. I want you to think about the ride. I want you to think about the experience that you're going to create for your clients today. What experience can you create today? What experience can you create for your clients today? Everybody that encounters you today, you should want them to have an experience that they come away, as I always say, it's my mission, my purpose, my goal is to make you better by the end of the year than you were at the beginning of the year. That's because of the experience that I want you to have. So let's go out, create those experiences, create that experience that you want them to have with you, and we will talk with you tomorrow. Have a great, fantastic day. Talk to you all tomorrow.